Hi everybody, and welcome to another Mission Possible tutorial. In this video we're going to cover Evernote Introduction Part 2, and I'm going to be teaching you about how to create notebooks and tags, how to change your default notebook, and how to email notes to your Evernote account from any email. Also want to teach you about how to use the web clipper. So we're going to go through several things, but we'll start with this interface. Now I'm looking at the Evernote for Mac client here, which is what most of you will probably have installed. And I want to just point out the default view that pops up here. Most of you will only probably have one note in your account to begin, and it'll say welcome to Evernote, and this is a cool note to read. It does have some good tips for you here on getting started. It will give you links to the Evernote blog, as well as a getting started guide and tutorial, which I believe is the one that you just went through to get to this mission. And it will give you links to the web clipper if you've not done that already, and some more information there. So that's a good getting started note. But I want to show you here, if you'll click on the side on notebooks, you'll have a list of the notebooks that you have. Now, currently I just created this account called CCA Training, and so it named my default notebook CCA Training's notebook. If you want to change the name of your default notebook, which will just be your username with an apostrophe S on it, you can call it, whatever you'd like. So what I usually do with this initial notebook here is I put a dot in front of it to keep it at the very top of my notebooks list, and I call it inbox to be processed. And that is checked to be your default notebook, and when you save that, you notice that it changes the name of your notebook there. And because it's your default notebook, it will be the notebook that by default, if you don't tell a note where to go, it will go into your inbox to be processed, and then that'll give you a good hint as to how to find any notes that have not already been filed where you want them to go. Now, I create a few other notebooks, and when we flip over to my account, you'll see that I actually have quite a few different notebooks because I had set them up before I really thought it through. If I were starting brand new, I would create notebooks called tasks, and I would create a notebook called home filing cabinet, and I would create a notebook called work filing cabinet. You really don't need a whole lot more notebooks than that, in my opinion, because Evernote is so easily searchable right up here from search notes that you can find anything you need in the notebooks, the few notebooks that I've created, and I think that that keeps it very simple. So that's how you would create a couple of notebooks. Now, when you're going to do a new note, you would just, you can choose right here which notebook you want it to be in by switching from all notes to your home filing cabinet, your tasks, or your work filing cabinet. Let's say we want to create a new task, and we're in the task notebook here, and so now our button here will say new note in tasks, and I might want to remind myself email staff about Mission Possible. And I would, that's my note. Now it can be as simple as that, where right on the to-do, right on the subject line is just my to-do. Now under here I might want to put some bullet points about what that email would include. I can go ahead and add some notes there, and you can have plenty of room here to make whatever notes and subtasks that you want. However, I can just very easily add a tag to this. Now I tag all of my tasks either at work or at home. So when I type in, I don't know if you noticed, but tags appeared right here on the left because I created a tag. So to create a tag, all you have to do is type one in, And then to add a reminder here, I just click on the little alarm clock and it will remind me. And I can even add a date that I want it to notify me. Say I want it to notify me tomorrow, I could click there, or next week, or I could pick a specific date here that I wanted Evernote to notify me. And what I would see is a little tiny um, red circle with a number next to it on my Evernote in my dock, and it would remind me. I can also choose to have it send me a reminder email. So those are some choices that you can have there. But that's how you create a note, and you notice that it created it down here. And oh, it's asking me here under reminders, do you want to receive reminder emails on the days that notes are due? Now, I use this for all of my reminders, all of my to-dos, so I would definitely say no there personally. But if you're only going to use this occasionally and you want to put a note in there that you want it to remind you when that date comes up, because it's sometime way in the future, feel free to go ahead and say yes here, and it will send you an email of all the notes that are due that day, all the tasks that are due that day. So that's kind of a really cool feature. And let's say that you want to view this a little differently. I want to show you some of the options. So in this view, you're in the card view. You can choose the expanded card view, which changes to look like this. And it'll have your reminders from any notebook up at the top. You can minimize those if you don't want them there. Again, to change the view, you're always going to look for this little view options guy. And you could go to the snippet view, which has just a little snippet here, and then whichever snippet you're on, it will show you that note on the right. You could change that view to the side list view, which only gives you the title, and I like to use this for tasks because it really just tells you what the task is, and then if you needed to see the notes from it again, the one that's highlighted would be there. The other thing that's nice here is that you can sort by tags. So if I had added another reminder, let's do a new note in tasks, and I want this one to be wash the car, and I want to say that that is an at-home task. Now you notice that I just typed right over at work, and now at home is a new tag that was created over here. And if I want to wash the car and remind myself to do that tomorrow, I've just done that, and you'll notice over here that we can sort the tags by home and work. And so it helps me to have those tagged. If I'm at home, I of course want to sort it in such a way that all my home tasks are on the top. And if I'm at work, I want to sort it the opposite direction. So that's really cool. And that'll happen in this snippet view where you can view the tags there. Um, let's see what other views we have that are a little bit different. There's the top list view, and that gives you all the notes at the top and then lets you see the one that's highlighted at the bottom. So that's also a nice view, and it gives you actually more things here. It'll tell you when it was created and when it was updated, and then the tags and the size of it as well. So that's a useful view for you as well. And again, here's the view button. You can switch it back to the initial card view if that's the one that you like as well. Okay, so let's switch over and say that you wanted to add a note to your work filing cabinet. Let's do a new note in work filing cabinet here. And let's say that we're in a meeting, and that is, you know, today. We would maybe put today's date on it. Today is 6/18/13, and now I can take notes in that meeting. I want you to notice here that you have options for changing your font, for changing the font size. So you really have quite a nice little word processor here. You can change the font color and the background color for highlighting, bold, italic, underline, your justification here, left, center, or right. You can add bullets and numbered lists, and you can add checklists here as well. So say that you're in a meeting, you're taking notes along, and suddenly you realize, oh, here's a couple things that I need to do. Call Bob and email Sue, and I want to be reminded to do that. Again, you can set a date that you want to remind yourself to review those meeting notes. You could add a table in a note by just simply clicking here. How many rows and how many columns do you want? It gives you a lovely table to fill in. You can add just a divider line. If you've got that going here just by tapping the horizontal line, you can actually click the microphone button here and be recording a meeting right along with any notes that you're typing, and that's very useful. And then you could also attach things into your note, documents, photos, anything else by simply dragging it into there or clicking the attach button so that you have everything in the note that you need, and then again it will save that right there. Now Evernote auto saves, so you don't have to hit save at any time, but if we go to notes now, over here on the left, you can see we've got our reminder notes here. We've got our meeting notes, and it sorts them by, you can sort by all notes or by the filing cabinet. So for sorting by all notes, we're going to be able to see everything there. And this will give you a little better view of the different views here. We've got 4 notes in here now from getting started all the way to our current meeting note. And it will show you how things look a little differently. There's the expanded note view. There is the snippet view that gives you the little snippets here and shows you on the right what you have highlighted on the left. And let's change that to the side list view that gives you them here. Now notice I did not enter a tag for the meeting notes, and there wasn't a tag on getting started, so it didn't show up there as a tag. And finally the top list view with a few more notes there. Okay, so you can sort those very easily. Now, we're going to switch over and show you how to clip things off the internet real quick. Here's a great example of something that you might want to clip from the internet so you have it right in your Evernote always with you. I'm on Mission 102 from the Mission Possible website, Who Fixes My Stuff When I Break It, and this might be a great link for saving in Evernote. And so on Chrome, I have added right here the Evernote web clipper. And you can actually click right there once you've installed that little clipper, and it's going to pop up here with my Evernote account. Well, let me get it set for you. Okay, there it came. This is my personal account here, and it's going to pop up. Here's the title of the note, Mission 102, Mission Possible, and it's going to give me the choice to add it to whichever notebook I want to add it to. You notice I have several notebooks here, like I told you. So I could add it to my CCA file, right, like that if I wanted to. I could add a tag onto it just by typing at work or whichever tag I chose. And I could add some additional notes to the text right here. And then when I say save article, it's going to save that right into my Evernote. And I'll go ahead and do that and show you how it comes through in just a minute. So it clipped that. Now, if you don't have the Chrome web clipper, you can go ahead and even choose the little elephant right up here that'll be at the top. And you can drag files right up there to create a new note. So you could drag a whole website or highlight something and then click Save to Evernote. So say that I just wanted the file here. Let's go ahead and click on the bottom of this file and open it up. And we've got the file Who Fixes My Stuff When I Break It. And I might just want to take that whole link and have it highlighted and save it to Evernote just like that as well. And that will also do the same thing. And that's going to save in my inbox to be processed because that little clipper does not give you the choice of putting it in a specific notebook. Okay, we're just about out of time here, so I am going to create one more little video for you to watch that will show you how to email notes into your Evernote, and I will add that right below this video, and I'll see you soon.